Welcome to RiverBend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
RiverBend Talent brought to you by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, and as Lydia mentioned, Halpin Music Company now for quite some time. I'm Dennis, and you're not, Pigpen.
I am not Dennis. I am barely me. I don't even think I'm me right now. I'm really
Are you a
close.
sea shanty? Are you a sea shanty?
I am really close to turning into pure liquid energy right here on the show.
Irish whiskey?
Maybe. that might be the case.
And you can sea shanty your sing-along right around Morrison's Irish Pub from 6 to 9 tonight.
Yep, and they are already underway. Just getting started. Guarantee people are already drunk. That's how fast it happens.
Tonight in studio, we have guests from sort of Jacoby's, sort of 33 on the Needle, sort of Autumn Clock. Okay, there's your clues.
We'll call it the mixed bag. I've always called him that.
Would you like to introduce Todd Keith, or should we just act like he's always here?
The man who, what could I say more about him? What could I say about this next guest that hasn't already been said about Rip Torn? No, I don't know.
I'm Rip Torn.
Welcome back to the show, Mr. Todd Keith.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you guys.
You've been on, as Dennis said, talking about Autumn Clock, talking about 33 on the Needle, and talking about all kinds of different shows. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the talent show coming up at Jacoby's, because you are a judge.
I am a judge.
You are one of the judges.
I am one of the judges, amongst other judges.
Yeah.
This is my first judging experience.
First ever judging experience.
I think so, yeah.
You've never been called up to like judge a wet T-shirt contest back in the day?
Never done a wet T-shirt contest.
See, because
I've been in the wet T-shirt contest, but
I was going to say, you look familiar. Like, I feel like I've seen you.
But you know, my beautiful Adonis body. I've been in one, but I haven't ever judged one, no. But yeah, we have me and Rachel Brady is going to be judging, and
Rachel Brady,
and we got Eddie Hitchcock is going to judge, right? And I don't remember who else.
Jill Moon.
Cameron
Mink.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to read those because we didn't.
Could or possibly be made up.
Yep.
Just pointing that out. We're still investigating, you guys.
One is a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, one is. Yeah, it's not a real human being. It's just a cardboard cutout. Yeah.
But he's got real cool sunglasses.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Moon and Mink.
Moon and Mink. Yeah.
The voice that has joined the conversation here is Mr. Ben Vogt. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Thank you.
First time on the show. So
one day I'll catch up to Todd's
right.
numbers.
Look, it's not about catching up to the number. It's about outshining them now, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
Quality over
I mean,
quantity.
I can see a couple buttons getting loosened up on that shirt as the show goes on, and
a little buffalo sauce on it.
Yeah, now we're talking. See, you know what a guy likes.
And Ben, what got you involved in this, and how are you attached to all this
I work
talent?
part-time at Jacoby, so it's mostly pretty much events now. Come in, move some things around, or set up for sound, or almost every time run the bar.
Okay.
Like bartend.
So if a band wants a gig, do they call you?
I would call Chantel because it is as she says, it's a baby bar.
Okay.
It's if it's the kind of thing where, I mean, if you can get Conservatory, the sound there is awesome. Like I get that show, but if it comes down to it, we can do it. It's just we're not at that
level.
Yeah, I guess that would be the best way to say it.
It's on the horizon.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
There. It's on the horizon.
It sounds fine.
Gotcha.
It's not going to be the greatest live album you've ever heard. Like that makes me
Okay. Well, that'd be hard to do anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we do all
here.
kinds of other events there too. So
a lot of it's
There's a ton
just
of
art
stuff.
centric, right?
Yeah, spoken word. Like we've put on a couple of comedy shows. There's been there's Thursday Night Market, and there's always a band inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then dance and poetry slam. And
So
But the reason
do
we
you-
ask is because Joshua Grassley did that down there for a while. So
Yeah,
I was
yep.
wondering if they're headed that direction, and you're the man.
Oh, I am not.
No, you're not.
If not nowhere close to that level of.
Okay.
He doesn't even know the man.
Oh,
I do. I know Josh.
everyone knows Josh. Come on.
But no,
Just curious.
he's on a whole nother level.
That
of-
list sounded
ability.
like Josh's list, except setting up PA. You didn't say that
Yeah,
part, but yeah.
I'm sure he did that. There were times
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would go to shows there and he would be running all the sound.
Okay.
So yeah,
But yeah, night market for sure. Right? man?
I'm the poor man's Josh.
Okay. Okay. We can do that. I've had guys like you on my fantasy team.
He does a lot of stuff there, though. He keeps the place going in the background.
Right.
So
And the
and a great
manager, the event manager for our event coordinator, whatever, for this upcoming talent show, May 20th, right?
I'm helping as much as I can. I'm Chantel Morgan.
Hey, look, first of all,
Yeah.
Be like-
Chantel ain't here, so we are not talking nice about Chantel tonight.
She could be listening right now,
Yeah,
and I'd
but,
just be in all
but me
kinds
and
of
me and
I won't be, so I've got all
Ben
kinds
and
of things.
Ben and I are on the committee for coming up with new ideas.
the
Nice.
event planning.
Okay.
The event planning committee, and so we, I don't work there. I just volunteer. I just come and help.
Right.
But we come up with ideas, and this is on the list of ideas that we all came up with in this month. This was one of them.
Okay. I think it's a cool thing.
Yeah, it was a cool idea.
absolutely.
We're into talent around here. We have a show called RiverBend Talent.
That's right. And this,
Not to be confused with,
is that on-
America's Got Talent.
Is that on Tuesdays? When
Because
is
there's
that on?
really no talent here. We invite talent in.
Right.
Well, at first we were going to call it RiverBend.
Vicarious talent was what we should have called it.
We were trying to call it RiverBend Talent, but then you guys remember you tried to sue us.
Oh, that's our
yeah.
lawyers.
And,
Don't even look at us. We don't even get involved in the legal aspects of this show.
Yeah. So
Because he came to my house and threatened me with physical violence, and I'm not. I
look,
can understand, like,
Look, I can tell you right
legally.
now, when I got the call, I was sitting at home watching TV, and I was like, I don't have to come in and talk about this, do I? Like, I don't even care. Like, let him call it whatever, but I just don't want to have to leave, man. No, so there you go, man. That's the talent show is covering because you were saying, there's so much that goes on at Jacoby's. From Dennis brought up bands. I think next weekend Bill Paslasqua is coming to town. Mr.
Yeah.
Bill Poss from Effingham.
Yeah.
So you do
Songwriters. They've done that down there before. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
Saturday.
that's Saturday. Yeah.
that is this coming Saturday.
It's this
yeah.
coming Saturday. I'm actually attending that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bill is a great dude and a great songwriter. But again, lots of art going on down there. This is a way to combine multiple aspects, and not so much. I guess you could do painting. Someone could be painting live on stage. Or something. You could, if you got someone like Bob Ross who can whip it out that quick.
That's right.
What do you know? What kind of acts you have on the bill?
okay, I've got the list.
Ooh,
got the
Ben-
I've got names.
Ben
You
has
got
the
the
list.
list. We
He's got the
want to
list.
know
First
better.
of all, let's go down the list of
Let's
people
do it.
who did not show up today.
Yeah.
Chantel didn't show up today. And what was the other one?
Oh, Hannah.
Hannah Barbera.
Bing, yeah, Hannah Bing didn't show up today.
Yep. I didn't know she was.
I didn't
playing
know
on-
she was coming in the first place,
Yeah.
but she said that.
Hannah Bing Cherry, as some people know her.
Let's use that list as a tease,
Yeah.
like we do in radio, and we'll go through.
But I think originally it was just supposed to be Ben, I, and
Okay.
Chantel.
We're gonna go through Thursday because stuff's
Oh,
underway.
stuff is
Oh.
popping. I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Let's do that, and then we'll come back to the list of what kind of performers we have coming
Like-
up at the talent show.
Like Grand Pagano's underway up at George's local brew until 9 o'clock. And little known facts down at Old Herald, weather permitting. So I guess weather seems fine here.
Seems great here.
Not a meteorologist. But Dave Horton underway until 8:30 at the Prairie Inn, and then later we get the open mic at Ragin Cajun. Step Brothers from 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's, and Thomas Jefferson is in town tonight.
the man and the legacy.
Wow, the president?
No, that's Trump, and he's a time traveler too.
Oh,
Apparently,
he is?
I don't know. If you watch YouTube enough, you might hear that story. I'm just saying. I've heard the story. Baron von Trump.
I
think that's his son.
What
isn't
about
it?
He's friends with Thomas Jefferson back in the day, and now they brought him forward to the Wild E Theater.
Excellent. So Thomas Jefferson's going to be live at the Wild E Theater. It's not
The
going to
man
smell
and
good,
the
people.
legacy.
It's not going to smell good. He's been buried a long time.
A guy named Colonel Williamsburg's Kurt Smith.
That is too many names for me to
Playing,
trust.
yeah, I know, it was tough.
I wonder if he's related to Colonel Sanders.
I hope so, because that would make a Thomas
I-
Jefferson
I
show way
don't-
better.
I'm not sure.
Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy to go along with that. Cartman loves that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I already started a mafia over it. Bob Leone is going to be down at Deutsch Village Inn.
All right.
And then, hey, the farewell party for Lauren is underway at Martin's Tunes and Eats in Wood River. You know Lauren. We call him Lolo.
Oh, yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Fare thee well.
Frankie and the House Shakers already underway at Patrick's in Granite City. Dustin Coleman at Pavia's place in Granite City. And that is not quite it. You know they didn't know.
That's not quite it. There's
They did-
almost
well,
it, people.
There's a page too, and it's only one show because amazingly, Experience Live Room Music hadn't updated yet. They've been on that, but
Well, I'd hate to see
Mother's
that.
Day, you
Hate
know,
to see
people
that
are-
one come to an end. Hopefully, they just slacked a little
some
bit.
people are taking Mother's Day off. you know.
I am, because I've been told I was a mother more than once.
I'm going to be checking out some Frank Zappa.
And the mothers.
Right. Ain't that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, that's-
Mothers,
I like the
that's
mothers.
A mother's of invention, right?
Absolutely.
How about Anvil? Remember them from the Cutout Bend?
Yeah.
You do?
Me, Advil or Advil?
Anvil.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know Advil.
If I listen to enough Anvil, I need some Advil. No, I
That's
don't
right.
know. I don't, and so Anvil was special guest Midnight Hellion.
Yeah.
There you go.
And don't forget our friends.
Torchlight Parade.
That's
There
right.
you go. And the Storm Raiser. I'm not sure who Storm Raiser is, but that's all. All four of those are happening at the Red Flag in St. Louis. So
Yeah.
there you go.
a good
Torchlight
place.
Parade, they work at the funeral home.
Torchlight Parade.
They really do.
They really do?
Yeah.
Yeah, one
One
of them
guy-
is an embalmer, and
Right.
one of them drives the hearse.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
And
They take the hearse to gigs. Is that what
they
they're-
have taken coffins to the
Yeah.
gigs and put them up on
They
stage.
play it out
and
full. Kind of King Diamond-ish a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They definitely
Do they
go for the
drink
show.
Black Death vodka?
They have their own. They have more merch than any band I've ever seen, even like on tour. They came in and like covered
Yeah.
that table next door with merch, and so it's a local band, but they had like blow up beach balls with their name on them, water, like fancy water containers, like my wife you know, when she goes walking or whatever.
Thermos.
The thermos, like old school, kind of put Campbell's soup in it, thermos with their name on it.
I'm going to buy
they
a
had their-
thermos for you, Pigpen.
They had their own hot sauce that said Torchlight Parade hot sauce on it.
It's going to be a very special thermos for you, Pigpen.
Oh, I've already got my R. Kelly thermos. I'm good.
Not an ordinary thermos, but a very special thermos.
All right.
Remember from The Jerk?
Oh, I'm
A song he's singing from the bathtub?
Yeah, I got it now. I wasn't thinking Steven, or I wasn't thinking of the jerk. I had Butters in my head and his R. Kelly thermos. I'll just scoop it up in my R. Kelly thermos.
Butters.
So 6 months ago,
Butterscotch Leopold.
I remember Butters.
we had Todd Keith on with Autumn Clock, and we went off the rails on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What did we do? I
Remember?
don't
Oh,
believe
it was a fun
Do I
time.
remember? I
Fun
don't-
time.
Yeah.
And
Was the whole band here? Just,
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott and
that room.
Eric Kinsley. There was a band fight.
Yeah, we fought.
That was good. They pointed out that's normal because they've been friends a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're a judge, right? in
I
this
am a
thing?
judge.
He threw a
You
judge
go.
out the door. So
He does. So he's going to throw me
Be
out the
careful.
door.
Don't know about
I don't-
that.
I think we got video.
It,
Yeah.
I won't
And
do it
you know,
again.
some of the talent that we have,
Yeah,
I'm,
like-
I'm not sure what the judging factor is yet.
Oh, that's also on the list.
Yeah, let's hear the list,
Okay.
and we'll start judging.
Okay.
We're already going to judge them just by what they do.
Yeah, by names.
This is Ralph McCoy. He swallows nickels. He's going to do a whole roll for us tonight.
Oh, okay. He gets a 5.
I've got
Is it
names
5
and then
out of 5
just a
or
generic
10 out? Okay.
well list of what they're. So there's stand up. There's going to be singing, dancing. I guess musical instruments will be. I'm not sure. Rap, and a spoken word poetry.
So Stand up, you said?
Oh, yeah.
Stand up comedy. That's great. We got what was next?
Dancing, singing.
Dancing and singing. Okay, well, you expect that from a talent show. That's
musical
typical.
instruments. So I guess somebody
musical instruments.
somebody playing
See,
something.
Well, you don't know that. It just says they might build one right in front of our eyes.
There you go.
You don't.
Or
we
like
don't
Frank
know.
Zappa, play a bicycle.
They play a bicycle.
I'm guessing that somebody's going to come out with a big inner tube, and the band's going to play background music, and they're going to go.
It could be that. We don't.
That would be a musical instrument.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that's the fun of the talent show. You don't quite know what you're about to see.
Yeah, but we don't have anyone doing the sword down their throats.
Okay.
Can't do any of that kind of stuff.
Insurance.
Yeah.
You should have got Matt Van Voorhis.
Yeah.
Well,
He
yeah.
would have taken care of it.
Matt Van Voorhis.
should-
Isn't
I
that the guy
was-
who has a great insurance company?
He does.
I was thinking you should have got John Johnson because he swallows
you
the
should have
swords
got
for
John
real.
Johnson.
That dude.
That's because, a sword to him
John
is like a
Johnson does
butter
that?
knife.
Yeah.
He's so huge.
That's scary.
It's weird to watch him do it too because it's like it's got to feel really good. No, I don't.
Have you guys ever seen the flamethrower people?
Oh yeah, the
those are
flame
really cool.
eaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had
Guy's
a couple in
name-
Alton.
Yeah.
Jacoby's at one time in that pocket park. I remember seeing
Right.
him
I'm
there.
drawing a blank
So,
on his name. I wish
There
I
was a
could
Rock the
remember.
Hops where a guy stapled dollar bills to himself, but I
He
don't
was
know if
just
that's-
drunk. That wasn't
Okay,
an act.
all right.
That was. I remember that. It
Yeah.
wasn't an act. That was just a guy. People just like, watch this. He's so drunk you don't feel it. Yeah. That was me. I'm sorry.
That was Sean.
when I say he was drunk, I mean I was drunk.
So, Ben Vogt, I heard you were handed some talking points.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's make sure we do that.
Okay.
Because by this point in the video, they might be going, when are they getting to the talking
Okay, first of all, whether it be Hanna-Barbera or whether it's Chantilly Lace over from Jacoby's, y'all didn't come. You didn't show up, so we may or may not hit the. No, we're gonna hit the talking points. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna give us some trouble.
I got to go meet Chantel after this, and
I know,
it's
you're
not
gonna
gonna
be
go.
in
Yeah, it's not gonna go good. But she's gonna be like, "What are you talking smack on me for?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's what I do." You should have got somebody else to talk about it. Anyway, let's hear the talking points. I want to know what the.
At the top, we've got the contestants' names, and there's still room. There's 2 spots left if anybody out there is.
Really?
Yeah.
Pigpen, you're ready.
Okay.
Look, he's riding. He's riding. He's going to get in.
I just had somebody ask me if there was any spots left yesterday.
Is there any
and I said,
stipulations?
surely
I mean,
there's
he's
2
been paid.
left.
He's been paid to play it before. Does that make him not?
So if you know anybody that does you remember on that Honey I Married
Shrunk the Kids?
I married an axe murderer or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So you know how Mike Myers did that. Harriet, sweet Harriet. You know someone that does like that with a band and then does poetry, and we could use one of those.
Oh, yeah. What else we got, Ben?
We have Corey McCormick, Brianna Gallant or Gallant.
We'll go with Gallant.
Okay,
It sounds
like the Goofus and Gallant from
Yeah.
High Life
Yeah.
magazine. That was Taylor Roth.
And what do these people do? Are you just giving us random names?
These are
like,
the people who are in the competition.
Oh,
Random.
okay. I was
Random
just
acts
like, Joey Schmuckelforth. I mean,
Random
I thought you
acts
were just
of-
like making up names.
No, these are people who are going to be on the show.
Okay,
Singing,
but you
dancing,
don't
remember
know.
that?
But you don't know which each one of them is
No,
doing.
I
Comedian.
And none of these,
Yeah.
none of these. I know a few comedians in the St. Louis and Alton area, but none of these names.
So you
Sounds
like,
Like
yeah.
like
So-
Ben Vogt. You ever heard
Yeah,
of that guy?
I've never heard of that
He's
guy.
a comedian.
He's a dancer.
He's a
I
singer.
don't want to see that.
A dancing comedian.
Yeah. It's the comedy's in the dancing.
He's a he,
Comedies.
Ben Vogt's the CEO of Robot for Fight. That's what I heard.
That's the only reason. Like AI is going to take over. We need robots to fight them. That's all.
When the time is ticking down for where AI's got us, so you better hurry up with that.
Back to the talking.
Yeah.
Taylor Roth, Donald Holliday, Diana Miller, Joshua Lagerman, Will Marsh, and Tommy Williams. So there are still 2 spots left.
Okay.
And in the end, if there's a tie amongst the judges, the people who tie are going to fight it out right there in front.
That's right.
2 minute or 1 minute lead.
See how he brings up fighting and stuff?
Yeah.
We used to call him Scrappy.
It's all Thunderdome. It's
That's
all
proof he threw
Thunderdome
the
here.
judge out, so be careful over there, Todd.
Oh yeah, I'm careful.
But we have 5 judges, so hopefully, I don't know if that'll
1 on
work
5,
out.
big
If
man.
that'll
You know how you like
keep
judges.
a tie from. What?
I think it will keep a tie from happening, but we still may fight it out.
Well, so hold on now. That doesn't keep a tie from happening because I'm just assuming that you're going to be voting like 1 through 10. Like I gave you an 8. It looks like a snowman. So like the numbers can still add up. You know,
that's
to
true.
the
That's a
exact-
really
so you
good point.
can, yeah.
That's a good point.
All right, so
Nice,
Man.
nice JP
We wish
Morgan.
that you were on the when we started thinking of this thing up because we just totally didn't think about it.
I'll be the tiebreaker. If there's a tie, I'll be the tiebreaker.
That's right, because you're the MC, right?
I am the MC, or at least that's what they told me.
Oh.
What you guys have just said here, though, is the most information I've got about the whole show so far.
So, oh, you can't be in. Sorry about that.
No, I can't
knew
be in
you
the
get-
show.
you
I
were
was
getting
writing.
excited.
I was writing down that there's 2 spots left to tell somebody else that had asked.
So you're
about
going to
it.
have do your act? It's like, I already got the act. Just go do this. I promise it'll work.
right. I'm going to tell you word for word what to say.
Just follow the script. Verbatim.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
It'd be like Colonel Tom Parker.
So, yeah, 2 spots open. How do they get in?
So you just contact Chantel, I suppose, right?
Yeah, just contact Jacoby's email,
Okay.
which is
4625222.
there you go.
That's the number because I called it earlier today.
Pretty
That's
good.
they can call that
Yeah.
number, or there's like an info at jacobys.com, right, or something like that.
Yeah, so
Go to the website.
Just Google. I was gonna say Google Jacoby's, and it'll lead you to the
Yes.
website. It'll lead you to the Facebook, and
That's what I do.
That'll lead you to Chantel. And if you call 618-462-5222 and
That'll
ask
work
for
too.
Chantel,
That's right.
and that's how you get. And that's coming up next weekend, the 20th.
Yes, it is next
So
Saturday.
not a lot of time to make it happen. People,
You need
2
to get-
spots left.
Yes.
How are you going to train that person that fast, Big Ben? This is going to be amazing.
Well, see, first of all, the act I've chosen for them to do is called "What I Learned on Milton Street."
Ooh.
And I got nothing. I'm going to get my daughter. I got a costume that looks like bacon, and she just can lay on the ground and like she's, it's
That's an art.
yeah, absolutely, man.
Bacon,
Making the bacon, man.
bacon. What do they call that? When you have convulsions?
epilepsy?
Epilepsy, yeah.
Bacon
Epsy.
Well, I look like I had epilepsy when I did. For those of you who were just listening to radio, I said I said that I put a piece of bacon costume on my daughter, and then I kind of was shaking, a piece of frying bacon would do.
Yeah,
And,
that's
Right.
so I didn't realize I looked epileptic, but I'm sorry. I'm going for more bacon epic. No, I had 2 spots left. So if you have any talent whatsoever, you got jokes to tell, you can spin plates on sticks or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it is you got.
That's right. Even if you could figure out Rubik's Cube real fast, that would be
Wow.
impressive.
I would like to see that.
I would too.
Yeah.
That's a talent.
I once turned a Rubik's Cube into a bong. That's
Oh.
as close as I ever got to solving one. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
a talent?
It is a talent.
I think it is, yeah.
So there you go. If I wasn't emceeing, I could just show I can make a bong out of anything, like a dead squirrel.
That's a
anything.
piece of art.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it melts and you can't use it, and then I don't know. That's
It's happened out of snowballs for sure. But
Okay.
there you go. Hey, it's not just a talent; it's a life skill.
Yes.
I don't know. Our guest tonight, Todd, Keith, Ben, Vogt, and Todd is a judge on next weekend's upcoming talent show at Jacoby's Art Center. That is the 20th, Saturday the 20th. What time's it kicked off, do you know?
7 o'clock,
It
right?
starts at 7. So if
Starts at
you
7
want to get there a little
p.m.
early, the bar will be open. That's another
Talking point.
So the bar will be open. You can,
Okay.
if you're not impressed with the talent, which I think you should be. These
Yeah.
people are I mean, putting it out there, so they should be pretty
Get
good.
enough drinks in you, you're going to be impressed.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's how they do it in Laurel Canyon back in the day.
And I'm going to tell anybody who's thinking, man, I've never been to Jacoby's, I've never been to a talent show. Look, these things are laid back. The people at Jacoby's are laid back, super friendly. And if you're like, oh, well, I don't know, I want to make sure I fit in, one thing you can do is buy the MC a drink. That always,
That's right.
It's
And
just
you
like,
always will fit in.
and you will fit in. Everybody will be like, wow, they get it. That guy gets it. So,
And unfortunately, Howie Mandel is not showing up.
that's all right. I'm going to do the rubber glove bit.
Or the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Coward. Who's the other judge guy? Callan or Coward? The English guy that
Oh
judges.
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
That was horrible. That was awful.
Simon.
What do you,
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon
LeBon.
Simon Coward. That's
Simon.
Cowell.
Simon LeBon.
right. Simon Coward.
Cowell.
Oh, cow. Oh, cow.
Wow.
Like COW. Cow.
Like a cow.
So if you ever see these four people you're listening to right now in a trivia contest, you should enter.
Yeah, because it's not going to go good for any of us.
No. But what's the other person that is on our did make our talent show? Oh yeah.
He's going back to the trivia.
Yeah.
I think we should
Oh,
go
not the
back to
trivia
the
show, our
talking
talent
point.
show. The guy that played bass in Journey. After
Oh, that's a tough one.
what's his name? He's not in there either.
See?
You ain't even half good, bro. I can't think. I can do impersonations of the people. Sharon Osbourne was on there for a minute.
She was?
Yeah, she was a judge on there.
I wish she would have come back.
Howard Stern was a judge on there for a minute.
He was.
Yeah, they brought all
That's
kinds
right.
of people in during that. David Hasselhoff was. Maybe I've got the wrong show.
No,
Yeah,
Hasselhoff was there.
Yeah,
I wish
see.
he was on there. Did you guys ever seen that video of him eating a Burger King Whopper or whatever? When he was drunk. You ever seen that? Look it up on YouTube, everybody. It's funny.
I know, but I saw the one of Bill Cosby beating up the midget.
Oh, I
didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, just.
But I've
beat
seen
the hell
David
out of him.
Hasselhoff drunk eating a Whopper. It was kind of funny.
Oh man. Okay, so we got more talking points with
yes.
Ben, but hold on, hold on. Everybody who wants to hear these new talking points, including Chantel and Hannah, you're gonna have to wait because we got to talk about what's going on Saturday.
Okay, we can do that.
Let's figure out what's going on this Saturday evening, and then we'll get back to the talking points.
You're such a tease.
Hi.
Paul Light and Mike Hammond. They're playing at the lodge at Lovejoy from 7 to 10 on Friday.
Hammond Light.
Deizil's having his birthday bash at the Conservatory. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Right.
Remember the street craze from the 80s? It's going down again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Pianos at Ragin Cajun, and they're booking Friday nights, and they'd like to hire Autumn Clock, I heard, at the Sports Tap in Alton.
Yeah, really?
There's a number here for you to call, Todd, to verify that rumor.
Oh, yeah. I'll call him.
Okay, it's 618-465-2539.
I'm putting in my
Yeah.
my
They've been
address
asked.
book.
Yeah, they've been calling and asking about you, and we've been putting them off.
We heard that's happening again.
We'll definitely come out for some bloomin' onions. Yeah.
I'm happy you actually mimicked going to the phone instead of just saying you were going to type it.
Right,
Oh, I did.
He obviously didn't put anything in there, but he picked up his phone and pretended to. That was
But at least he pretended
right.
to. He wasn't even like.
Oh yeah,
He could have just left the phone on the table.
right. It's radio.
I just
Nobody
wanted to
knows.
make sure
that was for us. He did that.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to, bring out that there could be an Autumn Clock show in the future.
There could be, some decade.
Okay. Took 10 years the last time,
It took
but
10 years last time, but it could be a year this time.
because in the video there was a band fight. And I
There
just
was a band fight.
wanted to verify. Anthony Nanney and the Truckers. He's in that band too. But 2 to 6 for the Anthony Nanney and company, and then the Truckers at 7:30. Fast Eddie's. Soulshine Groove out at Baker's and Hale from 7 to 11 on Friday. Kevin Wayne Gruen at the Moose 7 o'clock in Wood River. Just say you know a member, and I'd say Kevin Wayne Gruen. Ain't he a member? Right? John Evans 6 to 9 at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville Friday. Comedy night with there's that guy Ronaldo Mercado. He's been on the show. Yeah.
Ronaldo Mercado. We also got Bobby Jaycox, Scott James, Eric Rueseler, and Ronaldo there. That's all going down at Tegans Pub in Granite City on Friday evening.
Toxic Johnny out at Holiday Shores Marina Bar on Friday. The Poor Dirty Astronauts are back at the back bar, 9 o'clock. In Edwardsville, Dave Horton around the corner at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Ryan Spriggs at the 1818 Chop House in Edwardsville on Friday. Double wide duo out at the cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. And Max Cherry, 6:30 to 9:30 at Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville. And look at that one, Pigpen. You got to love that.
Fat Kitty.
With a PH.
With a PH.
Right.
2 T's and an I. 2 T's, 2 I's. Kitty.
Out in the Rude House.
There you go.
Yes, yeah.
That is a fat kitty, is it? That's a big one. Is it mainly fat or fur?
Yeah. And
it's going to be cool to gig in Rude House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That place is legendary, actually.
Yeah, it's rude there, man.
We're talking about the actual bar there.
Oh, yeah.
Which Pigpen played back in the 60s.
He did?
Martin Lane's.
He played before he was born there.
Martin Lane.
So
I think it was the 80s, actually.
It was and there was, I don't know if it was the Martin Lanes. There was a bowling alley up there, but
Right.
the one that was crazier was the one I was talking with the guys
Across the
about that
street.
was the down the road was the archery center. And you would set your band up and there would be like bullseyes behind you or like, you know, you're like, I really don't think if they don't like us here, this is not going to end well,
It's
man.
not going to go well.
It's not going to be tomatoes or even beer bottles. They're going to start plucking us, you know. Get him right in the eye, I will. Yeah, it was an archery center that they would set the bands up at.
That's right. They tell you to play some Skinner, and if you don't, they get you head on.
Play
in
some
the face.
Skinner or I'll skin you.
Speaking of Skid, another show on Friday night, Skid Roses.
Oh, yeah.
That is a tribute to guess who?
I'm going to say Skid Row and Guns N' Roses.
Wow.
Man, I was totally off. I thought it was maybe Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
Talking Heads.
Eric Kinsley would like that.
Yeah.
You thought it was Sammy Hagar.
Oh, I love Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Sammy Hagar?
Skid, I liked him in the early days whenever he was red.
The Red Rocker?
Yeah. Cruising and boozing. You
Yeah.
can do songs like that back
He sang that when we brought that up last time. On
That's right.
Because Cruising and
I
Boozing
like
is a good
Cruising and
tune.
Boozing.
Well,
It was that's the old material. He can't play it anymore, probably. Huh?
I mean, Chuck Berry played Sweet 16 till he died. Nobody.
He did.
You know.
Pigpen's
I
got good lawyers.
I almost had an opportunity to play with Chuck Berry once, and he turned it down.
Oh.
I got an opportunity to play with Michael Jackson once, but I was a little too old for him.
They turned that down.
Little
Too.
too
I would have
old.
turned that down too. Now, if it was Jermaine, I've been all over it.
Oh, Tito.
Or Tito, yeah.
Tito's the Jackson you want to get with, man.
Well, speaking of the Skid Roses tribute to
yeah.
Skid Row and Guns N' Roses, right? That'll be at Pops on Friday night. True story. Pigpen went on tour with those guys.
You did?
First tour
He
I
did.
I ever went on was Skid Row. Not Skid Roses, Skid Row.
The actual real
Skid
Skid Row.
Yeah.
Yeah, they when they were first like breaking, they were opening for Bon Jovi because their guitar player grew up in the same neighborhood as Bon Jovi or something like that. So anyway, they were opening for Bon Jovi, and on their off nights when Bon Jovi had an off night, Skid Row still had to go out and play bars because they were trying to make it. And so they came.
Do they do covers like we have to do to play originals?
To be honest, I can't really remember the bar gig too much because they were going to be playing at the the arena or whatever with Bon Jovi the next night, but on the off night they were playing a bar in St. Louis. And a girl I knew said, "Hey, take me to see this band." I'm like, "All right." And I ended up meeting them and hanging out with them, and it just went on for days and days. But it was they're like, "Hey, come to the hotel." And there's food, free food. Like, what are you going to do? Here's backstage passes. There'll be more food. All right. Here's free tickets. So, yeah, I followed them around for a week. I didn't even know who they were until then, but they were fun.
That's Sebastian Bach, right?
Oh, yeah.
True story.
So,
He told Pigpen to call me Bash, and that I got the nickname.
Really?
Okay, maybe that's not a true
I
story.
don't think that part's true.
I'm telling
Man,
you
you guys are
because
dashing my.
I can tell you, one of the things I remember where Sebastian really got me, because I didn't hang out, like I was mainly hanging out with Rachel, the bass player, and Dave, the drummer. I mean, all of us were hanging out and everything, but he was mainly like following chicks, or chicks were following him, whatever. But when we were in Kansas City or somewhere heading out that way, and we're hanging out during the day, and there was like a grocery store across the street, like Deerberg's, whatever. And it was the 80s, so he's got these pants that are all really like shredded. There's barely any pants left, and he don't really have any underwear on or anything, so it's all hanging out the backside. And he's like, "Yeah, I got to go over there and get some smokes." want to walk over there with me? And I'm like, yeah, I want to see this at noon on a Tuesday. This is hilarious. And he was like shaking it for the, like it was, you know, like it was middle of the day. There was only retired people shopping at this point, and he was shaking it for him. You know, like he was into it, man. Fun. He was.
So those guys are okay, but you mentioned that threw us into that you almost played with Chuck Berry. I'm a little elaboration there.
Yeah. Right?
Oh yeah, so I played. Well, so you know, he was playing before he passed away, you know, like several years before at the Blueberry Hill, and the guy that we had a show there like a month before, and then they asked us, "Hey, you want to play with Chuck Berry?" And I thought, well, yeah, this would be great, but we couldn't do it because somebody in our band couldn't make it.
Oh,
so
that would be the end of that band.
What band was that?
That was the 33 on the Needle.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
So that'd be a flogging.
They said you
for
guys want to
someone.
open for Chuck Berry, and I was like, yeah, I'll open for Chuck Berry.
so is it true you guys are still a band?
We are still a band.
Okay, just
See.
want to make sure.
After that, there's just no.
Yeah,
way.
we have a show September in
I thought you said end of July.
end of July,
Yeah.
at the Conservatory.
Nice.
You
And then
guys-
I have one coming in October. It's actually a pretty, with that 33 now, it's a pretty big show, but I can't mention it yet.
Oh,
That one, I mean,
nice.
that we got invited to
Big-
play on. But it's
show.
we're not the deal. The band that's playing is the deal.
All right, you're
But-
the
Hey,
I'm opener.
supporting
Yes.
supporting artist.
Can't be bigger than Potomac Accord
It is
at
big.
the Platypus.
It is bigger than Potomac Accord. at the Platypus.
Didn't you play the Platypus
I
with
did, yeah.
Potomac Accord?
I did.
Our
Yeah.
old friends?
Yeah, that was not too crowded. But
Oh,
it's all right.
I don't know. I've never heard of the Platypus, but
It
caught
is
my
nice.
eye. It caught my eye.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
guys should go to the Platypus.
Yeah, that's the animal god.
It
made
smells
with
like
the
fried
stone.
chicken in there. If you guys like the smell of fried chicken,
I
it's a good
love
place
the
to go.
smell of fried chicken.
At first, I was like, when I stepped in there, I was like, man, it smells like a Chinese restaurant in here. 'Cause at first smell, it was like Chinese, but
That's
then
also great.
it is.
What's 12 delicious herbs and spices I smell?
They had these little popcorn chicken and real good French fries. But,
I seen you played on April Fools too, down
did.
in Belleville at a place called Spaces.
I did. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that. Is that a new
That's-
space in Belleville?
Well, it's not an actual bar. It's a
Oh.
rental place, but he'll open up as a bar if bands will come in and play. The guys in that, give me a Kilvarez. You know the
Okay,
band
yeah,
Kilvarez?
yeah.
So the drummer and them, they convinced him to open it, and then he's opened it and he has bands play, local bands.
You
because
played
I,
with,
I played there with
Petty Grievances.
Petty Grievances and
Bruiser Queen.
Bruiser Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun show. That one was a really good show, actually.
Nice.
I mean, a good turnout.
And so you said it's a rental space, like you'd rent it.
It
for
looks
a
like a
wedding.
bar, but you could rent it out for weddings or other
Right,
things.
right.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
just not
like a
open.
banquet hall,
Yeah.
but he's opening. If you set up with him, the owner will
With the
open it
bar.
up like a bar. right?
exactly that night. Yeah,
Interesting.
But it's a very neat venue. It's down on Main Street. The guy's really cool that owns it. They have like they borrowed a stage or rented a stage from a guy, and he never took it back, so they're still using a
Nice.
free stage there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's old
They
school.
had good sound.
Cool.
Matter of fact, I ended up buying part of their PA for my own practice space. So. But they still have good pay there. And, yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys should go there or get a gig there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's fun.
I'm writing it down.
Write it down. Because if you go to Belleville, you can get Belleville people, which I don't know a lot of them. And
We've been talking a lot about Belleville,
I know.
actually,
I don't-
because they're doing that Experience Live Music Grow where all the bars get together and they got a sponsor that helps advertise it. So it's like a community event, but, it's like a music for a fan, a place where you can go see multiple acts,
yeah.
just, walking distance apart and
Belleville is like almost as good as Alton.
almost.
Not quite. But.
That Experience Live Music Row, it's like Wednesday through Sunday
Yeah.
with 4 or 5 venues each night. I mean, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
been going on for well over a year, so that's quite a bit to keep up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun town.
Yeah.
And they've been rock solid. That's why I brought up it earlier. I was like, look, Pigpen, they actually did an update. This is one of the few times we haven't seen it updated. It's amazing, that they're
Yeah.
putting that much energy into it. Cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
So, yeah. But, yeah, Petty Grievances, they were on with this Pigpen.
Yeah.
since the last time 33 on the Needle was on. And I wanted to give you kudos, Pigpen, because I was looking back to see, how long it's been since Todd was on with us. And I was thinking, 33 on the Needle. I skipped past the Autumn Clock one when I was first looking because I was searching 33 on the Needle. I'm like, well, it's been a year since the release party, right?
Yep. It
Right?
has been.
And then as I was going through, I'm like, look at all these bands that made their debut since then. I was like kind of amazed by the list that you put together, Pigpen. Did a great job.
Well, thanks. I don't even know
Well,
what's happened, but I'll take the compliment and live off of it for the next year with a smile on my face.
Let me just fly through it real
He's
quick.
gonna-
Right. We had the WPW change of ownership, so that was a debut, right?
Okay, yeah, Ace. I
Euphoria, Birds of Squalor, the
Yeah.
Sexy Circus Girls,
Oh yeah,
right?
Luna. Yeah.
Right.
She's looking those up right now.
Yeah, what they got a Facebook page or something?
Yeah, we do. Cottonmouth.org is the website, and then that's also the just spell it out cottonmouth.org on YouTube.
Yes.
You can find all these videos. Tripwire made their debut.
Oh, yeah.
The Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance, which we enjoyed thoroughly.
They are probably one of my. I like all the wrestling guys we got, but they're the young, hungry ones.
They literally started in a garage,
Uh-huh.
so that made us feel like this is punk rock of wrestling.
It is
Big
punk
time.
rock.
Big
And
time.
they ended up with a venue, which they've since lost, but they had a weekly show on YouTube from that garage. So that's
Well, I was gonna say they had a venue for about a year where in Cottage Hills or whatever where they were doing.
yeah.
Now, at Jacoby's, we had a wrestling flyer in there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, for somebody for a different location. It's not at Jacoby.
At Jacoby, right, yeah.
Yeah, but I just saw the flyer.
I heard Michael Snyder put up all kinds of flyers down there.
He did.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
there one wall for that I love Alton or
The letter to Jacoby, love letter to
thank you,
Jacoby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna
Come on, man. This ain't my
Michael.
job. This is your job.
That whole wall was nothing but flyers.
It was really cool.
Yeah, and
He does a lot of cool.
I was gonna say Mike's just an amazing,
He is
amazing
very
artist,
amazing
amazing
artist.
person.
And just to finish the list, Crystal Lady,
Oh yeah.
the Peace Lords, that's Milo Granick, right?
He's coming back on with us here in a few weeks.
Blue Marlin, the first show with Crocodile Kings.
Mm.
Petty Grievances with Scott,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
He's always a blast. And then we had Autumn Clock's debut, right? So that's like 6 months ago. And you mentioned Michael Snyder. He's on the next list. Since Autumn Clock, we've had Poor Dirty Astronaut, Leadfoot, Doug Morris and Steven Stryker,
Oh yeah.
Cloud Machine. I'm bringing these up because you probably don't even remember.
I
half
don't.
of them.
I remember when you say them. I'm like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, but most of it's just a flash.
Right. One Way Traffic,
Oh yeah.
right?
Heck yeah.
Jesus Christ Supercar.
I
like
dig
that.
those guys. Yeah, those guys are good, man.
Orange Tree. We had Kelsey Chavez from Halpin Music doing her.
The love letter to Jacoby. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was Jenna
Oh yeah. You.
Muscarella.
Yeah, Jenna Muscarella.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the girl who
Kelsey did the
Kelsey's
tipple.
she did the tipple and fixed the
Doesn't-
instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all debuts.
Yeah.
I skipped some of the repeats just to show you how much new stuff we try to bring every week. And you did a great job.
Well, thank
Backyard
you.
Blues Band. We met Dave Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Torchlight Parade, who we talked about earlier, and then last week's show, Tracy Inman, which I think you probably owe a little bit of an apology to him.
Yeah, apparently somehow the recording of his song got sped up and sounded like Chipmunk. He texted me, and I was actually at the high school, and my daughter's in the concert band, and they're playing, and my phone buzzes, and I look, and it says, my song's playing, but it sounds like the Chipmunks. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. Like, there's no way I can fix it from here. So I'm like,
So
I
someday-
am sorry.
Someday when Tracy's on a talk show nationwide, he's going to be like, yeah, the first time I tried to get this guy to play my song, he played it at Chipmunks.
We are the Lollipop Kids. Poor
What would have been
Tracy.
really hilarious is if you would have played that song and it became a super hit.
Actually-
At that speed.
That is, you are correct.
And then you set his whole career off to singing chipmunk style music.
The original version's already a super hit, sort of. It's getting played on all kinds of country stations, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's already.
That's why we had him in, and
He's already getting lots of airplay at normal
But
speed.
not
At
normal
speed.
normal speed.
he tried to shake it up.
I don't know how it happened. I don't
Tried to
know.
turn into punk rock, didn't you?
Yeah,
Speed metal.
yeah. Well, we're all doing the best we can here.
You know, the Pick and Daisies are going to be doing the best they can this Saturday down at the Lodge.
Awesome.
Right?
We love the Pick and Daisies.
Where are they
I do
playing
too.
at?
They're
Down at the Lodge.
They are.
Excellent,
At the Lodge.
excellent.
Actually, I
Be a
saw
great
that.
place to check them out, yeah. And we talked about the Songwriter Workshop. That's Dana Michael Anderson
Yeah.
with your buddy Bill.
Bill Poss or
That's right.
Paslasqua.
I'm going to that, and a whole bunch of other people. You
Yeah.
should all come to that.
Yeah, that's going to be
So that's 18 plus, I think it says.
Yeah.
And then
I
tickets
barely
are,
made it in,
Yeah. That's 1 to 5 at Jacoby's, $25 for that. And, Bill's got some kind of business that helps teach that, right? Or something like that. I had seen some of his web stuff. He comes from up north.
He comes from Effingham,
Yeah.
and he runs Bill Poss Music
Right,
there.
that's it.
And he puts on he does a lot. They have a theater there that he brings acts into. He does the Moccasin Creek Festival every year out there in Effingham. That's just a great festival. But he pretty much his whole life what he does is works with music and musicians, man.
So that's a good guy to go learn some songwriting from.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm doing.
he toured
Right.
with he spent time touring with Fred Eaglesmith.
I've heard of that name.
Yeah, he's a singer songwriter, and I think Bill was in his band for a while, and so he's done time on the road. And
That's cool.
Way different than when you come on with us and we tell you how to write songs and record them, and we have nothing worth listening to, really. We'll give you some advice,
Give you some
though.
advice.
here's the advice: don't do what I did. It never worked out.
Never worked for me. That's why I give it most of my advice to most people.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do what I did.
Also, Saturday down at the Conservatory, The Hideous Gentleman
Excellent,
with Brian Gent.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he make movies? Is it the same guy?
Brian Jen.
Maybe not.
I think that was Jun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Valves. Valves always mess me up.
Oh, I was thinking of Hardy Gens.
Okay.
That was on a movie. Never mind.
It's all it's all the same though in the end, right? All right, what else we got going on Saturday?
Anthony Nanney and company and the Truckers again at Fast Eddie's. He's just going to stay there all day.
He's not even leaving.
He lives there.
That's a lot of drumming.
He drums and he cooks kebabs, probably.
Okay. You'd need some kebabs to get you some protein to get you through.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve Kyle out at Third Shoot from 7 to 11. That's Rebel Train.
Yeah.
Remember Rebel Train?
Oh, Rebel Train.
Yeah, yeah. Rogers and Neen House out at Bakers and Hale. We know where Pigpen will be on Saturday.
Yep.
I do like me some farm to table food.
If he can get away from mowing the yard, you know where he's going.
He's out there to do some chowing down.
Yep.
They got good nachos there with pork on them. Pulled pork nachos.
Those nachos are awesome. I have trouble. I always end up getting their dang Bakers and Hale burger because it's got that bacon jam on it.
Oh, yeah.
And bacon jam sounds disgusting on one hand, but it's so good.
Do that bacon dance again, Pigpen, for the video.
Bacon yeah.
Are you going to do that down at Jacoby's when you're emceeing?
Yeah.
I think you should do the bacon
He
dance.
should do the bacon dance.
I
And
will
we'll give
do
him
all of it.
tens.
I will do all of
10.
That's not this Saturday. That's the following Saturday.
It is
May 20th.
May 20th down at
If you want to bribe the
Jacoby's Art
judges,
Center.
bring us a bunch of bacon. I think, or unless there's some vegetarians or vegans.
You might be crossing the line with that
Yeah, could.
bribe thing there.
You could say, get us some bacon or some. If it's vegan, it'll be bacon
Okay.
or pecan or something.
The word con is in bacon. Oh, my God. Never thought of that.
The Wrath of Bacon.
Or beef hamburgers or beef hamburgers.
They'll be facing the...
so hard. It's living today's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
It's hard to keep up with it all. There's so many new streaming
know.
devices every day to keep up with.
It'll be...
Growing up's
crazy.
hard in this day and age.
It is.
You'll be facing the wrath of Johnny Rocket and the Double Wide Symphony if you're at the Pump House on Saturday.
There you go.
Right.
Yep.
Pump House. Take some quarters. Lots of pinball down there.
There'll be a lot of consequences down
Oh,
at the Refinery Bar in Wood River.
Is Kurt Copeland going to be there?
Yep, Kurt Copeland of the Consequences.
Wow. I thought he got killed by Courtney Love in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a different Kurt.
It's a
It's
different
close.
That
Yeah.
was
close.
Very close.
It was not El Duce. Just want to point that out.
She offered him
Even
$30,000 to do it, and he thought she was joking her. He would have done it.
Right.
That's all.
And
I
then
know.
he got magically hit by a train.
Well, that happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
That happens.
Nick
What else?
Sturgis up at Georgia's local brew in Jerseyville with a steak.
All right.
Number 4 combo with a glass of wine at Crafton Winery, 3 to 7. That'd be good, man. Get the number
is that
4
a band?
combo with wine.
Number 4. It's gonna
Yeah.
have the number 4 combo is the band, and glass of wine is what you're gonna order.
yeah.
So there you go.
When I
Robert.
used to play, that one band played everywhere. They were called TBA.
Oh yeah,
they
yeah.
still do, man.
Yeah, I see them on the calendars all the time.
Yeah, they're hot.
They're one of my favorites. Yeah.
Or TBD, not TBA. Right?
It's all the same.
All
yeah.
the same.
To be announced, to be determined.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all. It's see, they started out as to be announced, and then like had a few member changes, but it's mainly the core groups.
Yeah,
the same.
like if you really want to
Now-
fail your music career, you could call your band that, to be determined or to be announced. So that every time you're on the calendar, everybody is like, there's no one playing that night.
Zero return customers.
What else we got going on?
I thought you were
Saturday?
judging his performance with a 0 there. I'm like, he didn't like that joke apparently.
Yeah,
There would have been a gong. It would have been.
I haven't
ringing.
been on it. I haven't been on any of the Jacoby comedy nights.
Yeah.
I don't have any jokes.
I don't have
Other
any
than being
either.
foolish.
I don't have any either, but something tells me I will be talking next Saturday, and I don't know what I'm going to say.
May 20th.
May 20th, but
May 20th.
it's bound to not make any sense.
No.
Yes.
And
You guys should come to the comedy nights though, because the comedy nights are good, and I've been and I've enjoyed it. I've worked
Yeah.
the sound while he's running the comedy show.
Nice.
And they do a really great job.
We're
I've
digging
always
that.
enjoyed it.
Back when I was talking about Doug Morris and Steven Stryker, they were doing them at Reese's Brewery and selling out consistently.
They
weren't
were they were selling out week after week doing a comedy show. They're like once a week, once every other week, and selling them out. And it's like good for you guys, man.
Well, send them down to Jacoby's,
Yeah,
We tried to send them to
Absolutely.
the Conservatory.
but they don't do comedy.
Well, you know,
Oh,
they
they'll-
were thinking
they'll do
about
what they're
it.
told
Yeah,
to
they were
do.
thinking about it a little while back. I saw that Facebook post. That
That's
said-
because we had Justin on, and we're like, hey, you know, these guys sold out like 3 times. And he's like, maybe I should do comedy. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I think it's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I think poetry is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's part of the talent show, too, right? Spoken word.
Spoken word.
So
Comedy.
some guy like Pigpen
Dancing is
doing
great.
Henry Rollins, right? Henry Rollins does
Dancing.
spoken
I mean,
word. Jello Biafra, he does spoken word.
he does. And then you guys like dancing, you know.
William
yeah,
S.
you
Hip-hop
make me
dancing.
feel like dancing.
I know the dance. I'd love to dance the night away myself. Gee. Ben?
Yeah, that's my.
I'm glad you're
my
picking
favorite
up what I'm laying down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't kill the Bee Gees. It'll ruin the planet.
don't kill the Bee Gees.
Right.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees weren't as good at staying alive as the Stones.
No,
Let's
they
just
weren't.
admit it.
They didn't. They
They
didn't
got
make
really
it.
cocky about it for a long time.
They got a
didn't.
little cocky a little early. It didn't work out for them all.
Yeah. They must have got night fever.
That's nice. Matt Tall is going to be having a night fever up at the Bloody Bucket Saloon.
Yeah, he sells insurance, right?
He's
7
no,
to 10.
that's the other guy.
That's Matt Van Voorhis, Macias Insurance,
See,
his buddy from
they're all the
Stubblefield,
same. They're
right?
named Matt.
But Matt Tall is going to be our guest next week.
And he bought his guitar at Halpin Music Company.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
No
cool.
plug intended.
No plug
Okay,
intended.
maybe.
plug
maybe.
totally intended.
Robert
yeah.
Perry Band is a plug I'm going to give now.
All right.
From 4 to 7 at the loading dock in Grafton. That'll be a beautiful afternoon, hopefully.
Yep.
And then head on down to the Bloody Bucket Saloon to see Mr. Matt Tall until 10.
Yep.
Or go see Grant Picano from
gotta-
1 to 5 at Ayers Resort in Grafton. You got to
You got to start the day there. That's
Yeah.
where you start.
look at that. Woo!
It's going to be a long day. You start at 1 at Aries. You work your way on down.
Don't forget the number 4 combo with wine. Right?
Yeah, all of it.
And then
Yeah.
Robert Perry, and then Matt Tall, and Cherry Bomb.
There you go. That's a lot going on in Grafton.
It is.
Cherry bomb.
They're at
Cherry
the
bomb.
Oyster Bar. So oysters with cherry bombs.
That's
Yeah, it sounds.
It sounds,
like a
like
stomach
Diuretic.
ache.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you need to get diarrhea. Yeah.
This is my son.
They have
Diabito.
they have rooms in Grafton, just so you know.
they do
So after all that, you may need one.
at the Lorton Hotel. Or the Horton Hotel. Or
You could
Horton
always
is the-
camp. You could camp.
The
Campsville
Rubel
Hotel,
the
right?
Rubel
Market
Hotel.
Park.
Rubel Hotel.
It's a
that's
Rubel
right.
Hotel, I believe, is the old school one there
Yeah.
in Grafton.
You can borrow Pigpen's camper. He'll let you park it up in Marquette Park.
There
He'll
you
rent.
go.
There was a day he'd have rented it out.
Yeah,
Needing some
absolutely.
money. Yeah.
I used to rent by the quarter hour.
That's nice. Kind of like the,
Power naps.
like the College Crest.
Only way to make any real money in this
Yeah.
town.
The cleaning supplies for ate up the
no,
profit.
no lemon pledge.
Down in Granite, Steel Creek on Saturday night at Patrick's, Scott and Michelle at Tegans in Granite City, and
The scruffy-looking Nerf herders.
it's the APA benefit.
Yeah, I love that name. Scruffy-looking Nerf herder, not herders, just one.
I'm kind of surprised that Pigpen knows Star Wars. I don't know why.
I grew up, man. Like 1978, man. That was my my
his key.
jam.
Well, I could
man.
tell it was 1978 earlier with Staying Alive,
That's right.
right? And Saturday Night Fever,
Saturday Night Fever.
Dang right.
where we all learned what a BJ was.
That's right. We all went out to Mr. T's.
Right,
Yeah,
skating
yeah,
rink.
Yeah. And well, rich kids went to Ziggy's, but I didn't know any of those kids.
Yeah. And that was a little more harmful. I think they had like a concrete floor.
Oh yeah. Plus the night janitor was way too like he'd rub your shoulders just a little too
Oh,
long.
jeez.
I mean,
That I was not aware of.
And you could smoke.
But I'm glad I didn't go to the Ziggy's too often.
You could smoke indoors when you were 10 back then. You know, it was great. Different, simpler time. Simpler
It was.
time.
Also in Granite City, the American Originals from 7 to 10 at Bendy's. Squeeze Box out at Holiday Shores from 6 to 10 at the Marina Bar in Cabin Fever. Also at Holiday Shores at Wiggler's at 8 o'clock.
There you go.
Your camper may be out at Holiday Shores and possibly rentable there. So just
It
saying.
might be, man. I sunk a boat in Holiday Shores. I got a ticket for sinking a boat in that lake one
That's
time.
something to be proud of.
Yeah, I wear it like a
He's
badge of honor.
He is a monument in your honor there.
Ben Vogt, you like comedy.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm not.
He's like, yeah, I've been waiting for some all night. I was told there would be jokes if I came in here.
Well, here apparently he's a touring one called William Lee Martin. You familiar with him? He's going to be at the Wild E.
Ah, the Stampede Tour
Yeah.
sounds very country.
Yeah,
Yeah. Isn't the guy in the police coming to the Wildy or something?
he is.
No.
Yes,
No.
he is. Yes, he is.
Who?
Andy Summers.
Andy
No
Summers.
way.
Yep.
When is that happening?
It's a while
Tom,
off.
I don't know. Tom Poland set it up. I
Yeah,
heard.
it's some.
No, he didn't. He's just excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. That's insane.
yeah,
man.
he is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Definitely got to go
He's
to
coming with El Duce on vocals.
no, he's not. There's no
Well,
way.
The reason I bring that up, I don't know if you've seen the video that's being passed around of some dude covering a song of the Police very badly, and Sting is in the audience,
Oh no.
and he's grimacing.
Oh no.
Yeah, apparently it was on an award show.
Well, I didn't want to bring up the October show that I'm on, but that's me. I'm playing with Andy Summers. I'm stung.
I
lead
am
singer.
Nice.
stung.
Nice.
But yeah, I saw that too. I saw.
I'll be there with every
Tom
breath you
Poland's-
take, buddy.
Yes, I know every movie he makes.
Man.
Every movie he makes, I'm gonna be watching him.
I'm a pool hall ace. Isn't that what he says? I'm a pool hall ace.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I always figured he was playing pool.
I'm a fool always. Oh man.
That's an original, Pigpen. I made that one up.
Like you know, I always thought whenever when he rhymed Nabokov, that you know the book by the old man named Nabokov. That's a tough rhyme.
It is.
That's a tough, you know.
How do you rhyme Nabokov?
He said.
Well, I know
She
how you
starts
can do
to
it.
shake and
Go
cough.
Saturday to Jacoby's and
Ah,
go to that
there you go.
songwriting guy, and he'll show you how to make
There you
a
go.
rhyme.
Bill Pasquale will make rhymes for words you've never heard.
That's right. You should advertise that.
I rhymed.
I will.
I rhymed with tetrahydrocannabinol once. I did. True story.
Really?
Yeah, loaded like a cannonball. You remember that, Pigpen?
Syllables, and it comes out. That works.
It works.
That works, and that's not even like a Dylan rhyme where it's just close.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's called potpourri.
Potpourri?
Well,
Pot-
no, we call it potpourri
Potpourri.
Potpourri.
from the album "Going to Pot"
Go in the pot.
by Cottonmouth.
I
Oh,
need- I
but
need-
it was called potpourri. I
Right.
like that.
spelled the same as potpourri, but potpourri. No, I don't know. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is happening on Saturday?
One
Did we
hit
get
of
through
my
this?
bong loaded like a cannonball. Take it, Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol.
That's good.
That's a rhyme.
I like that.
Don't come to me for songwriting advice.
right.
The Crocodile Kings with guests, Modern Drugs,
Hey.
down at the Miners Theater in Collinsville
I
on
like
Saturday.
modern drugs.
Yeah,
Miners, not like miners.
we had a show about that,
Yeah.
and
Where's that?
It's Collinsville.
Downtown Collinsville.
Yeah,
I've been there. Yes.
it's a big
And
place.
they have
It's big.
redone it, and they are looking for bands with original music. So,
Really?
yeah. There you go.
That's a big theater. That'd be kind of a neat place. When are they going to open this Grand for music?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
2020.
2020?
Yeah,
That's when it was slated to open, I think, but I don't think
something
it
come
happened.
up.
Something came
What are
up
they going to do to
that
this
year.
place?
Hey,
it's
before we
working.
get out of here, Todd, I took your advice from the last show.
I gave you advice?
Yeah, I went and checked out the band.
Told him to hang it up.
I went and checked out the band People Mover.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
The People Mover.
yeah.
Did you like it?
They're Sasquatches.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
The guitar player plays this guitar that's like fangs with
Yes.
blood coming off of it. There's a couple of guys in the band that don't dress up, though. I think they're like, nah, dude, I'm not going to go that far with it.
Yes.
So I thought they should probably at least dress like Tarzan and show they're in control.
They
you
should.
know.
Right.
But you saw the drummer plays with like bones.
But like you said, they overdo. Oh, man, the autocorrect. I mean,
Yes.
it's insane. But it sounds pretty good.
It sounds good. Yeah.
And
There's a song. It was like.
It's called People Mover.
Yeah, we're the bull mover.
Yeah.
But there's a ballad on there too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It goes. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I can't remember the name of it now, but
So apparently people are ripping off the name People Mover.
they are
Yeah, so you need to look for the channel, the one and only
the one and only
People,
People
Mover.
Mover.
Right.
The original People Mover.
You should check it out.
So
people.
my friend Dan, who was originally from Alton, told me about the People Mover. He went with his son to see them in Chicago, and he's like, "You got to check out the People Mover." And then I was hooked.
Yeah.
I tried to show my other friends, including Matt Costello, and he really hates the People Mover.
They laughed
Yeah.
at you, yeah.
I think
get
it could go both ways. It's like gore or something,
Yeah,
you know.
But the way they supposedly can't speak, so when you interview them, they
That's
just go,
right.
"Arr, arr, arr." But then they put the auto tune on their voice, and then
Yeah.
they sing like, "Ah," and they sing real good.
Pretty funny.
It is funny.
It is.
So check out the People Movers.
Yeah.
there you go.
If you want oddities, there's a good one.
It's a
All
good one.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into oddities for sure.
I would check out the oddities going on May 20th
Yes.
Yeah.
down at Jacoby's Art Center. $10 ticket.
Yep.
Did we miss any talking points?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We need to cover you, man.
Yeah, we don't
We
want
got
you to
this.
get in trouble.
I think we want to highlight the talent of our region by hosting the thing. It's $10. Saturday, May 20th. The doors, I'm assuming, are 6:30. The show starts at 7, runs to 10, or until we have 2 more spaces. Go to the Jacoby site, and there is a registration form, and it's some kind of Google form.
Okay.
And the thing he's referring to is Pigpen, who will be hosting.
Yeah, and also
He said, "Come check out the thing."
and another
I'm like, I don't know what's
another
happening,
plug
man.
for Jacoby's. You got to go and check out all the stuff that's going on in the upcoming months. June. And
Yeah.
Like Ben had mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if he did on the air, but night market on Thursdays.
Yep.
And then we got all kinds of cool stuff coming. There's like some adult what's that adult 80s sleepover thing?
Yeah, there's like a adult art camp. It's
Yeah.
2 nights. There's gonna be
Pigpen's interested. I can tell.
Absolutely.
His
Some-
eyeball.
some fun
yeah.
stuff.
an improv show that's coming up for Father's Day.
He was doing the bacon jiggle. On
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when you mentioned that.
That's what I do when I get excited.
Yeah. And then if you have like my and I know like tonight the reason that Chantel couldn't be there, got anime. A guy
All
teaching
sorts of
anime
Anime
classes,
class,
a lot
yeah.
of art
It's not the real
classes,
reason.
pottery
she couldn't come.
classes.
The
Some good
real
stuff.
reason Chantel didn't come is because she watched a video of the show. She saw what was about to happen and went, "Oh, I cannot be a part of this. This could ruin my career.
That-
Like, I'm trying to be serious here."
Had to be the Autumn Clock video,
Yes, probably was.
which they have a new vinyl coming out.
We do?
Or wait, no.
Sure.
That was
go with
33 on the needle
Yeah, not yet.
with a 3D printer
With a 3D printer, yes.
that Matt Costello got for Christmas.
Yes, right.
So
Yeah, we're going to do that.
I think it's planned.
It is
Can you
planned.
print? I guess that makes sense. You could print an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won't work, but you can print
Okay.
it.
I think I wrote down the name of the last 33 on the Needle album wrong. I got Machinery Loss.
Yeah, it is.
Is that right?
No, it isn't right.
I didn't-
But I never did right either.
I know it's close.
It's the machinery of loss.
That's it.
There it is.
You got to add the of in there, but that's okay. Just use Grammarly on your computer. And if you leave the of out, it'll say, "Hey, you forgot to put the of in there." I use it all the time.
I write a documentary every night on ChatGPT.
You do?
Yeah.
You guys ever use the
you just
artificial
tell it
intelligence?
to write
yet?
one and it does it.
What's that?
Artificial intelligence.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You get on those sites and
ChatGPT.
go, "How
Right.
do I feed myself?" And it'll tell you how to feed yourself. And
How
South. We were talking about South Park. They did an episode with this Chat GPT. They wrote it, I'm pretty sure, with Chat GPT about Chat GPT and all the kids like using it in school to pass their tests and to text their girlfriends and stuff.
nice.
Yeah. Mr. Garrison got a hold of it.
Sure. All right. Well, there you go. It's all about artificial intelligence from here on out, boys. We got 21 days till they're officially smarter than us.
That's
Now,
right.
I don't know if the countdown's on that close, but it's
That's
getting
right.
there.
I think
He knows.
they beat me like 5 years ago.
Well, you're setting the bar pretty low there, Ben. Now.
Thanks to Ben Vogt. Thanks to Todd Keith for
Thank you.
stopping in and telling us about the talent show.
that's right. Talent at Jacoby's.
Yeah.
I have no idea how you found out about it, Pigpen, but you're going to be there too.
Yep. There's a guy named Jack. That's the initials for Jacoby's Art Center. Jack.
So I'll tell you how it happened. I said I want to be in the talent show, and they said we can't let you do that.
No,
you know
because
we've
it'd
got
be
a special
unfair.
place for you.
It would be unfair.
Since you're on the radio and you have those two sponsors, Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Vorsen, which everyone remembers that part of the show.
Everybody remembers that part. That's all they remember. It's the important part. So,
That's
all right,
the main
hey,
sponsors, right?
So that is the sponsors that lets us
Pretty
come
much.
in here every week and do this.
You need to go to Halpin
silliness.
Music and take drum lessons.
Right, and
That's
if you
what
go
I
in
would
there and say, I was listening to this show, they're like, yeah, what's those guys' names?
Yeah,
they won't know.
They've sponsored us for 10 years and have no idea that they're even doing it. They get the bill and just pay it. It's weird. They don't even know we exist. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, they support talent.
They
They
do.
support talent.
They absolutely do.
And so does
Not us, but
Matt
talent.
Van Voorhis, who sells amazing insurance.
Yep.
I'm one of his customers, by the way.
And eats a lot of chocolate donuts.
Are you trying to get money off your bill?
All right.
Yeah.
Trying to skim a little something off the top there.
Yeah.
So. All right.
I think
so,
he'll give me a discount pretty soon.
Then thanks to Halpin and Matt, as we said. Big thanks to our guests, Ben Vogt. Nice to meet you, Mr. Ben. Nice to
meet you.
And Todd Keith returning to the show for the 115th time.
That's right.
And
For waving at the camera.
Yep, I will see both you gentlemen down next weekend on the 20th at Jacoby's as we have the talent show, and I expect all you people out in radio land there waiting in line with your tickets in your hand to get in. How much are the tickets to get in?
$10.
$10. There you go.
And
No
then,
Haas.
$10. That's cheap. That's not even like $1 per artist, probably.
$10, no hollers.
Yeah. And Todd Keith is the king as far as Autumn Clock is concerned at finding the center of the Tootsie Pop.
I am. But I also was once the king of the corncob pipe.
We had it on video. So
King of the corn cob.
and
No,
then,
we used to say that when we were kids. We always had the corncob pipe, and then and we tried to get the better corncob pipe, and then I would always go, "I'm the king of the
you go.
corncob pipe."
Look how tall my corn cob piece is. There you go. Todd Keith,
All right.
Ben Vogt from Jacoby's. Todd's going to be a judge. Ben is on the event committee.
Pigpen's
And
about to
so
throw the judge out the door.
I'm about to throw this station right on over to whatever show was supposed to start 7 minutes ago.
Okay.
So there we go. Hey, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Everybody remember, get out and support local music and art.
Not quite the top of the hour.